Hey everybody, here for a deck tech. You know, it's not a deck tech. We'll call it a deck spotlight. Sure, we'll do that. Essentially, what I've done is I've made a deck playing it against the Hard AI, uh, more or less a reaction to the Faith Chains deck that Blinky has been running. I haven't actually. The only time I've played Blinky against his deck was an earlier version, and I managed to win. But but I just played Hasu recently, and that game left me feeling a bit demoralized because I was playing Mono Growth, and essentially by turn 12 or so, I had destroyed 2 idols and then left had 2 damage left on 1 idol. So essentially, if I had just had like 1 decimation in the deck, I would have won. And that made me realize that it's not that I have to be, or that not that I have to play the same decimation deck, but I can slash faith chains slash decimation deck. I can sort of innovate a faith or decimation deck that is incredibly aggressive at first in order to at least damage and take out 2 idols, perhaps deal damage to the third idol, and then I can just use the momentum that I had to essentially win me the day with the rest of what's left in the deck. If that made any sense. Pass the turn. So I'll show you the list. I'll try and link to it. But it's an odd strategy. It's definitely an odd deck. Let's go ahead and pitch a Blessing of Haste here. We'll go ahead and focus to get rid of this Gun Automaton. Because you don't want to abandon your principles here, but part of me kind of did want to just directly attack the idol with that focused Ragged Wolf, because you are an aggressive deck and you're trying to not care about what your opponent is doing, but at the same time, you also want to play smart. So let's assume here that we want to Fertile Soil, but instead of Fertile Soil our Sisters of the Fox, actually we are going to Fertile Soil the Sisters of the Fox. I probably needed. Wow, I'm just not talking. I probably wanted to maximize damage, but the 2 toughness actually plays a role against the energy decks. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of this Kabonk so we can get a Copper Automaton on the board. In the future, we'll say. Yeah. Here we go. We'll put it here. Pass the turn. And putting it there is sort of starting the process of playing around Thunder Surge, which we expect to see in the opponent's deck. We're going to draw some scrolls here. Okay, we're going to decide to take these 3 lanes out so that the Kinfolk Brave is coming down here to stay away from interacting with these guys. I'm going to hold off on casting the focus because I think I'm going to need it here shortly for a bigger creature. And actually we're going to use Transposition while we can to draw us an extra scroll. That gets us another Kinfolk Brave, but we can't cast it yet. Gulobber that we don't care about, because we're not going to be in those lanes. Another Transposition. We'll just use this Transposition to draw scrolls this time. Okay. Now we can play out another Kinfolk Brave. Now anywhere we play out this Ragged Wolf will tie us into getting Thunder Surged. I think I'm actually going to wait so that I can try and get some more damage in before the Ragged Wolf comes down. And we're in a pretty good spot as it is. There we go. Okay. Well, that's actually an Iron Ogre we don't care about because it's too far away to matter. Let's go ahead and fertile soil this wolf because we had a heritage on it earlier. It's going to draw us a bunch of scrolls. Excellent. Let's get another growth while we're at it. Let's get rid of this decimation because I think we won't be needing it this game. And then we can play out a Copper Automaton. We'll play it here, but we'll look to move it on the start of our next turn. Okay. And then we will go ahead and get this focus in while we can, because at this point these two lanes are pretty much damage destroyed that we'll be able to take out with double Crimson Bull next turn, and then putting 5 damage on this idol will be good for our next turn. And we've got to flip just in case things get dicey here, but I think we're going to be okay. Yep, okay. So we'll just win it over Crimson Bull, and that's the game. So it's a very aggressive deck, as you can see, but it has the added bonus of once, and you didn't really get to see this, but once the opponent sort of sets up a good enough position, aggressive position, you can come in and win it with, or once they set up a defensive position, you can come in and win it with decimation after the fact. Once you put a lot of damage down on these idols, and then once you put that damage in and they've sort of got their defenses up, when traditional combat damage won't work, decimation will come in and sort of give you the range. So that's the deck. Thanks for watching.